Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. I was feeling very nostalgic today. So, this is a very special video. This is actually a video it's such it's a great but a shame. Like I said, I was feeling nostalgic today. This is a video that I want to make in the future again. So this is part one. But if I want to make it, I'm gonna take the time to remake it totally. So this is just because I'm feeling it's weird because this channel is my channel, so I should be able to do whatever the fuck I want to do, right? And the reality is this: I was feeling nostalgic. I was listening to Too Close to Touch. I've been feeling down a little lately, so I've been reading one of my favorite manga, which is Tokyo Ghoul. Now I know what you're saying. Oh, Tokyo Ghoul sucks. Well, the anime isn't great, but the manga is amazing. And I kind of want to. This is again not part one, not part two. This is a days to day what Tokyo meant to me. What did it mean to me? Because again, it's such it's my favorite manga. Like it's hard. My favorite manga would possibly be Attack on Titan, right? My favorite manga would possibly Attack on Titan is great, but it's hard. It's really hard. I want to focus. You see the mental state I'm in today. The mental state of I'm sad, I'm nostalgic, right? So I could say my favorite manga is Attack on Titan. The not the non-issue with Attack on Titan is the anime is as good as the manga. So do I prefer reading Attack on Titan or watching Attack on Titan? I prefer watching Attack on Titan. To be honest, I could say Naruto, I could say Bleach, I could say One Piece, but all of those are huge manga. I could say Death Note, but then Death Note season 2 is awful. My favorite manga to read is without a doubt Tokyo Ghoul, because Tokyo Ghoul I can go in on a Monday and on Friday I'll be finished. But why do I love and what does it mean to me? This is the video today. What does Tokyo Ghoul means? And why do I love it so much? Well, to answer this question, we have to look at what is Tokyo Ghoul. So, we have a world where there's human and there's ghoul. It's such a Tokyo Ghoul is amazing. You're gonna see on the thumbnail, I actually got kind of key tattoo, and you can say, "Oh, it's a fucking ugly tattoo," but I don't give a shit. I love it. So there's human and ghouls. The ghouls are eating humans, right? And it's amazing because it's such a critic on real life. It's such a critic on everything that has to do with society nowadays. So if you listen, so the main character is Ken Kaneki. Ken Kaneki is a teenager. He just wants to have fun. He just wants to live his life, right? And he's a human. He's human, so he's a victim of ghouls, or he's a possible prey to ghouls. So it's kind of fun because in the very beginning you see how people treat ghouls. They're afraid of them, right? And then you got Ken Kaneki, who he loves to read. He absolutely loves to read, and he's reading those fucked up books, and that leads him to discover this girl that's also reading this book. And so he talks to the girl, and by talking to the girl, he goes on a date with her. She's out of his league. Turns out the girl is a ghoul, and she eats him. She tried to eat him. Then what happened was that there's an accident. Ken, to be alive, he has to be implanted with her organ. Since she's a ghoul, Ken is now half a ghoul, half a human. I'm not gonna talk a lot about it. Because again, I'm gonna make another video that's gonna be much more complex. This video is probably gonna be 15-20 minutes. The video I want to make is gonna be 40 to 45 minutes, right? So, why is Tokyo Ghoul so important to me? Well, it's quite simple. Tokyo Ghoul means so much to me because Ken, as a human or as a ghoul, he's stuck in understanding that, oh shit, I don't belong anywhere. I don't belong in any camp. The humans, I cannot be around them because I'm gonna want to eat them. And the ghouls, I'm too. Also the evolution. Ken, at the very beginning, he's like, yo, I'm not a monster. I don't want to eat humans. You guys are a monster. I don't want to eat humans. But everything else that he takes, that he eats, is it's not good for him. Everything that he eats is awful for him. And to be honest, it's a really really sad thing because Ken Kaneki is this kind of good kind of good person. He is this really good person. He may be shy, may be reserved, but he is a good person. And when he transforms into a ghoul, he still try to maintain this. Then you find a group of ghouls that don't want to eat other ghouls. And the way they do it is crazy good. They're taking body of people that unalive themselves. They take people that are dying. They take their body. So you realize there's two group of ghouls: the ghouls that want to cohabit with the human, and the ghouls that want to have a power over the human. So if you know X-Men, it's a bit of that. It's Charles Xavier versus Magneto. Charles Xavier is like, oh, we have to cohabit, and Magneto's like, no, fuck them, we're stronger. Now, what I love about this is it's really simple when you think about it. So Ken Kaneki is a I just said it, dude. I just fucking said it. So you see, the emotion, the nostalgia comes in, crashing in. It's insane. At the beginning, Ken Kaneki is led to believe that the ghouls are super dangerous. Ken Kaneki becoming a ghoul, understand that they're weak, understand that there's 10 ghoul versus human. There's 10 human for one ghoul, so they might be stronger, but most of them are super weak. Most of them aren't able to fight because they live in secret, so there's no school for them. They're not gonna be taught how to fight. Why I love Tokyo Ghoul so much is because of Ken. Ken is this again. I just did it's crazy, 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 crazy. I just did a video on Too Close to Touch, and the reality is Tokyo Ghoul is the exact same thing. I love that shit. I love that shit so much. But it's something that is nostalgic. That's something that brings something in, something that was such a big part of me, and that became nothing. But now I'm rereading it, and it's nuts because it's such a good story. It's such a good show. So what I'm trying to say here, I'm sorry. It's just I'm in my head. I'm in my head right now. My ADHD taking over. But yeah, Kenny is just such a good dude, and Kenny's a victim. Kenny doesn't want to hurt people. The most brilliant scene. Okay, so Ken. It's complicated. So Kenny is part of the kind of a group of ghouls that's like, yo, we can live with humans, and Kenny he embraced that idea. There's this other so they're fighting the doves. The doves are a police task that are tasked with attacking the ghouls. But again, there's corruption. There's one of them called Amon, and Amon is one of my favorite characters. Amon is a brilliant fucking character. I love Amon to death, dude. The reality is Amon he's not willing. He sees Ken Kaneki as a goal, and they have this fight, and this is the greatest moment in my opinion. And Tokyo Ghoul, Tokyo Ghoul also. When I talk about Tokyo Ghoul, I talk about Tokyo Ghoul, but there's also Tokyo Ghoul Re. We'll get into the subject after. But the reason why this is such a beautiful moment is because Amon is like. It's funny. Amon, he wants to fight Ken. And he's like, okay, well, Amon is this police officer. He's a dove. He's supposed to hunt ghoul, right? And you see Ken Kaneki, he's like, okay, you're good. And Amon, what I'm not saying is he's a newer dove. He just entered this force. I didn't really kill the ghoul before. Kind of my first ghoul that I do solo. 1v1 mano y mano. So Amon he gets to Ken, and Ken doesn't attack. Ken doesn't. He just defend. And Amon's like, "Why aren't you attacking me? You're a monster. You're a fucking monster." And then there's an amazing scene where you see Ken. He overpowers Amon, and he's looking at him, and you can see that Ken is crying because he doesn't want to hurt him. He's just defending himself. And that truly changed Amon. So what I love is there's people in Dove that are good. There's people in the Dove that are bad. There's cool that are good. There's cool that are bad. The reason also, I'm gonna be honest. Tokyo Ghoul is great, but the greatest thing of Tokyo Ghoul is Ken Kaneki. Ken Kaneki becomes this guy who wants to be pacifist. He doesn't want to hurt anybody, and then he meets another ghoul that tortures him, and he's like, "Fuck you." And then Ken has this kind of mentality that I'm gonna start. I don't want to eat humans because I want to protect them, but I'll eat bad ghouls. It's amazing. It's so fucking good because Ken, oh my god, Ken understand that to have peace, he needs to make some change, and he's going against. So, like I said, there's a group of ghoul. They're like, yeah, we're not gonna fight. We want to cohabit. Ken is like, fuck your rules. Your rules are wrong. So if you want to have amazing picture of Ken Kaneki mental state. Take Nightwing, take Red Robin. What was the name of Red Robin's in Batman? The true name? I forgot. But so Batman, he fights those criminals, and Batman has one of the rules: I don't kill. And then you got the cafe. It's like, oh, I don't kill. But the reason why ghouls are feared is because of a handful. There's a handful of ghouls that are attacking people. Like the girl that was dating Kaneki, she was a serial eater. But in reality, the ghouls, they don't eat that much. They don't need that much food. So the cafe is like, no, 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 we have to cohabit. And then Ken, by being tortured by that ghoul, he understands the most fatal thing. There's no peace if the two sides aren't fighting. There's only peace if the two sides aren't fighting. There's some ghoul that attack and there's some dove that are counter-attacking. There's some dove that are attacking and there's some ghoul that are counter-attacking. So can actually have two mentality, and those are fucking, the two of them are super fucking great. The first one is I'm gonna kill and I'm gonna eat to survive the bad ghouls. And the second one is like I'll become so fucking strong that they'll have to respect me, because the ghouls, they live in hiding. They're hiding themselves. They're like, oh, people don't know I'm a ghoul. People, please don't tell I'm a ghoul. And then Ken is like, okay, well, I'll create like not like a society, but they respect strength, and I'll become the strongest. And when I become the strongest, they'll respect me. And if I can tell, like, yo, you're not gonna fight, I hear you're not gonna fight. What is also great about Ken Kaneki is during this old time Ken is this picture perfect. You kind of got like an Ishigo Kurosaki. So if you don't bleach Ishigo Kurosaki, he comes in and it's like, well, the reality is, I'm able to fight a lot of people, but I'm the strongest in my squad. So I'll go against the people and I'll be alone. And the squad is like, no, 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 let me help. Or you have this kind of Goku at RP Akira, you'll be missed. Goku who understand is Goku. I know he sounds goofy, he looks goofy, but it's not stupid. If he's gonna go fight Frieza, he's not gonna say, "Yo, Krillin, I need you." He's gonna be like, "Okay, Krillin, you've been training a lot. Thank you so much, bro, but I don't really need you." So Ken is like, Ishi goes like that. Ken is very similar, but not in the same way. Ken understand that he has to be so. Ken leaves the group that are pacifists because he understands that to win, it needs to be a monster. Like, okay, well, I have to be a monster, so I'm sorry. Then there's an incredible evolution of the character. Can become this almost cold-hearted, but you realize that Ken is sacrificing himself, and you're like, why is he doing that? It's because he thinks that he's the only one that's able to. The reason why he's the only one, I love this so much. I love Tokugo so much. The reason why he thinks that he has to be that guy is because the manager of the cafe, or the Charles Xavier, the cafe again is the group of pacifist ghoul, tells him, you're the only one that can unify us. You're both human and you're both ghoul. You're the only one that can understand. And then you realize that he see that he's like, okay, well, I need to do shit. He puts pressure on Ken Kaneki, the main character, being a character that never had any pressure. He's shy, he's reserved. The beauty of Tokyo Ghoul is, again, I'm a monster. It's like if you want to understand, it's like a vampire. Like, oh, I don't want to bite people, I want to suck their blood, but I have to. The beauty of Ken Kaneki is, again, that you see him, that he's you understand the character, and it's amazing. You're like, okay, well, guess what? Such a beautiful thing. So good. You can understand that. So you see Kennedy, he's like quiet, right? And then he gets tortured, and he's like, "Oh, why you're like that?" And he said, "Well, my mother, she died, and my mother, she died because she was working two jobs. I had a hunt that was taking advantage of her, right? My mother, she was an angel. She did her best to protect me. My mother was the single best woman in my life. She did her best to protect me." Then you realize that when he's lying, Ken does like this, right? And then the sad thing is, when you say that, when talking about his mother and how much of an angel she was, she did like this. So you know he's lying. There's a bunch of, it's more so the character. He's constantly suffering. He's constantly sacrificing himself, and it's it's Kyokugo is so fucking good. It's so good because again, I said that you had some good people. Yeah, there's some good people in the doves. Like there's this guy, right, and he see those children, and he knows there's their goal, but he's like, okay, well, he's gonna offer them a quick death, or he's not gonna kill them, right? And it's so fucking good because again, the plots are really good. Like you understand that I told you guys that the in the beginning the organ were needed to save Kaneki was not technically not. He was okay. The doctor was just like, I want to make a ghoul hybrid. Now, this is the over. I'm not gonna spoil it because I'm gonna be reviewing it. That you see it's crazy, bro. It's actually crazy. And Re is good too, but Re feels bad. So the creator, I feel bad saying this. The creator got into depression, bad depression, and you can see that Re at the end is not well drawn. It's not drawn at all, barely, and so this is why Tokyo Ghoul is so important because even though he was in a shithole, he didn't give up. Why I love Tokyo Ghoul better than Re is because Re doesn't feel like Tokyo Ghoul. So Tokyo Ghoul at the end, spoiler. If you don't want to spoil it, don't listen. Ken dies at the end. Ken is being reincarnated, or his organ, his memory is put back in the body of a half human, half ghoul again, which is called Aize. Aize, the more he kills, the more he becomes Ken Kaneki. The more he becomes Ken Kaneki, the more we got the same story. So it's nuts because we're really seeing the dove. So in Tokyo Ghoul, we're seeing the dove a bit, but in Re, we're really seeing the dove. There's a bunch of character. Like there's this character called Yuta, and Yuta is great. Yuta is my favorite character. So in Tokyo Ghoul, my favorite character is Ken. Absolutely. The second character that I love in Re, well, I'm gonna talk about Tokyo. There's a character, right? I don't remember his name. But he's a brown guy with glasses. You meet him pretty early on, and this guy is a ghoul, and he gives advice to Ken how to survive without eating. So the guy realized that Ken's a ghoul. He's like, yeah, you don't need to eat meat, bro. You don't need to eat meat. And then you realize that this guy is not only friend with Ken Kaneki, best friend, but he has a girlfriend, and it's insane. The girlfriend, she's a human, and she's like, yo, can I, so powerful. It's so fucking powerful. Uh, this show is so good. The girl, she's like, if you need to feed, you can feed on me. And the ghoul's like, I love you so much, I don't care. There's another part. There's a couple of parts, and I don't want to spoil it, but if I was to go to spoil it, there's this gourmet ghoul who's pretending to be Kaneki friend, but he isn't, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna eat you." So this is all small moments that make Kaneki that make Ken Kaneki the guy he is. He has this romantic interest, which is Tuka, which is one of my favorite characters. Tuka, she's a waifu. She's badass, dude. She's really badass. So, why I love Tuka so much is because Tuka, she's able to tell Kaneki, you fucked up. So when they meet, Ken is hungry and he's super fucking hungry. He hasn't eaten in days. He doesn't want to eat humans. And then he meets Tuka, and she gives him an arm. She said, "Okay, eat." And Ken Kaneki, it's so beautiful. It's so fucking beautiful, bro. I'm gonna fucking tear up, bro. Holy shit. Tuka, she's like, well, guess what? Because Ken, he tells her, I'm not a monster. I don't want to eat humans. I'll survive. I'll find a way to survive. I'm not a monster. I'm not a monster. I'm not a monster. And Tuka, she's like, shut the fuck up. You're a monster. You want it or not. And you gotta realize that Tuka, she's like, dude, you're gonna die. So you don't have a choice. And it's funny because in a way, Tuka also is a beautiful character. Tuka, she's this badass bitch, and she tells Ken Kaneki like, "Oh, you can't be nice in this world." And the reason why she says that is because her father died for being too nice. No, her father, yeah, her brother, they both got affected. So her brother, by seeing his father die, is like, "Fuck Dove, fuck them, fuck the police." I'm gonna be the guy that kills everybody. And Tuka was like, okay, well, you can't do that, Papa. Dad wouldn't want that. Dad wouldn't want that. And you know what he does? They all have a form. He takes off one of her wings. Such a cool moment. But yeah, for to come back to Ri, Ri is great. There's a character called Yuta. Yuta is amazing. Yuta, so like I said, Aize is half ghoul, half human. Yuta also is half ghoul, half human. Yuta does everything he can to become stronger, kind of like a Vegeta. And Yuta is like, okay, well, fuck it. If I have to be more ghoul than human to become stronger, I'll become more ghoul than human to survive. And then you're like, okay, but why? And then you realize the only reason he does that is because his father was shamed. His father failed it like an admission. His father was a failed soldier. It's like, okay, well, I have to honor my name, my family name. There's such a amazing Tokyo Ghoul is so fucking good. And yeah, so we're gonna be doing a review, and I don't know. It's not a super cool video. It's not a super important video. I'll make another one, right? In a couple of months. The reality is, I wanted to talk about Tokyo Ghoul today, and I'm not sure why. When I love you that you matter. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.